hand in hand on the road of friendship, giving tribute to the 15th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between South Africa and China. January 1st, 1998 is a memorable day for both South African and Chinese people.
中国和南非建交，这是新年到来的时候一大喜讯。这是我们两国关系中间一个具有历史意义的事件，标志着中华人民共和国和南非共和国的关系将进入一个新时期。
The Chinese Vice Premier and the Foreign Minister CHN, together with the South African Foreign Minister Enzo, on behalf of their respective governments, signed a joint agreement that was to establish diplomatic relations between the two countries. This was the most important day in the history of relations between the two countries. After years of discussions and hard work, the Republic of South Africa and the People's Republic of China overcame many difficulties and marked a new chapter of friendly association and close interaction between two governments and people. Additionally, this opened up broad prospects of cooperation in different fields, such as political, economical, cultural, scientific, technological and diplomatic. The development of these relations has moved from partnership to strategic partnership and has deepened over the years. When recalling the history of bilateral development, we can clearly see that their political exchanges are getting closer. International cooperation and strategic faith has been enhanced, economic and trade cooperation replenished for mutual benefit. Cooperation in fields such as culture, education, science, agriculture and military etc. are also experiencing positive developments. At present, China is South Africa's biggest trade partner, and South Africa is also China's largest trade partner within Africa. South Africa attracts most of the Chinese tourists, as well as accepting the most amount of Chinese students. It has also established the highest number of sister cities with China, and has built many Confucius institutes. The two countries coordinate closely on an international arena, and both make the contributions to world peace and stability. Political relations and high-level visits. Since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1998, high-level visits have become increasingly frequent. In April 2000, Chinese President Jiang Zemin was invited to a state visit to South Africa and signed the Pretoria Declaration on the partnership between countries. In 2004, during the time that Chinese Vice President Zheng Qinghong visited South Africa, two countries established a strategic partnership, continued to deepen friendly cooperation between the two countries in the political, economic, cultural and social fields. In June 2006, Premier Wen Jiabao paid a visit to South Africa and signed the Programme of Cooperation on deepening the strategic partnership between the PRC and RSA. In February 2007, Chinese President Hu Jintao also paid a visit to South Africa. The two countries issued a joint communique, enhancing the strategic partnership to a new level. The year 2010 brought a new leap for relations between the two countries. In August, South African President Jacob Zuma visited China and signed the Beijing Declaration with Chinese President Hu Jintao to establish a comprehensive strategic partnership. This new position gives more strategic connotations in bilateral relations and cooperation fields, reflecting the demand and huge potential for the two countries to cooperate with each other. In November of the same year, Chinese Vice President Xi Jinping officially visited South Africa, which strengthened the strategic partnership, the high-level political contacts and the promotion of bilateral trade and investment cooperation. In July 2012, President Hu Jintao, Premier Wen Jiabao and Vice President Xi Jinping met with South African President Jacob Zuma, who was coming to join the 5th Ministerial Conference of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation. The two countries will work hard and inject new vitality into the development of bilateral relations. Economic trade and relations, economic and technical cooperation. In the past 15 years, South Africa and China's economic and trade cooperation developed rapidly with vigorous scale expansion, playing an exemplary role in the China-Africa economic and trade cooperation. This was thanks to the strong support of governments and the joint efforts of entrepreneurs. Both South Africa and China have big markets, and they are important eco-trade cooperation partners. South Africa has high-level industrialization and advanced technology in the fields of energy development, mining, manufacturing and so on. A large number of South Africa's minerals are exported to China. Diamonds, wine and unique crafts are also favoured by Chinese consumers. China has obvious advantages in the fields of textile, apparel, electronics, communications, processing industries, and so on. In recent years, Chinese investment has expanded from textile and light industries to energy and machinery. Additionally, the two sides are actively carrying out investments and cooperation into energy conservation, new energy, forestry, finance, commerce, logistics, and so on. In 2012, the bilateral trade volume reached $59.95 billion, year-on-year growth of 31.8%, which is 30 times more since the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Many Chinese banks have set up branches or representative offices, and as of March 2008, the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China has bought stakes in the Standard Bank of South Africa. In addition, China has provided whatever support in agriculture and food security, human resource development, poverty reduction, and resettlement of residents for South Africa. The two countries also signed the Intergovernmental Scientific and Technological Cooperation Agreement in May 1999. The introduction of technology boosted the economic cooperation and social benefits between the two countries. As the most developed country in Africa, South Africa was formally granted BRICS membership in April 2011. This not only opened up more opportunities for South Africa, but also strengthened South Africa and China on the continent of Africa. Cooperation in the area of culture, tourism, science, education, etc. Cooperation between the two countries not only represents the political and economic fields, but also strengthens the fields of culture, tourism, science, education, and many others. As early as the evening of establishing diplomatic relations, people already started to see the magic when South African and Chinese culture join in the same stage. Since then, the two countries have made numerous cultural exchanges. Experience China in South Africa, held in November 2006, South Africa Week, held in many cities in China during the 10th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations in 2008, the selected Chinese Prince of the 20th Century, held in 2012, all these intercultural activities becoming one of the most effective forms of mutual understanding between people of two countries. And as early as 2004, South Africa's well-known Stellenbosch University established the Confucius Institute. Since then, they have opened 2 Confucius Institutes and 1 Confucius classroom to make the solid footprints for the dissemination of Chinese culture in South Africa. Bilateral cooperation and military exchange of army visits have also taken place. South Africa opened the first direct air route to mainland China. The populations of the two countries are living in an increasingly open environment and gradual mutual understanding, which allows for more people to fall in love with these two beautiful countries. The Expo 2010 Shanghai was a unique window for Chinese people to learn more about South Africa. The South Africa Pavilion was themed as the rise of a modern economy. Through the 6-month expo, Chinese people not only got to see the natural scenery, but also the results that new South Africa achieved in economy, culture, science and technology. This was given priority by both governments, as not only did the South African Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Ms. Maite Mkoana Mashabane, and Chinese former Foreign Minister, Mr. Li Jiaxing, came to the ribbon-cutting ceremony of South Africa Pavilion. But South African former Deputy President Madame Baleka Mbete, South African President Jacob Zuma, South African Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini, and Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao came to visit South African Pavilion to take part in the activities. Due to the continued exchange between the two governments, friendships keep getting stronger and the widespread cooperation extended to the common folk.
2月25号，由非洲中华总商会与南中传媒投资有限公司分别注资100万兰特，联合发起的非洲中华慈善基金在南非约翰内斯堡宣告成立。
In July of the same year, it became the sister fund with the First Lady's Mantuli Foundation, who jointly contribute to local charities in South Africa. People who are interested in friendly relations also take part in the local community to give advice and action for people-to-people diplomacy. Bilateral diplomatic messenger. Since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1998, bilateral relations have started comprehensive, rapid and healthy development. In 2004, an equality, mutually beneficial and common development strategic partnership was established. And later in 2010, a comprehensive strategic partnership. The great achievements of today are a result of past leaders opening up doors for present leaders to work hard. The year 2013 marks the 15th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries, and the two serving ambassadors have wonderful expectations.
两国关系 它具有战略性。两国呢建交虽然时间不长，但是两国领导人呢都从战略的高度的重视，大力的推动两国关系的发展。实际上，在不到15年的时间内，两国关系呢实现了3级跳，由伙伴关系提升为战略伙伴关系，又提升到现在的全面战略伙伴关系。所以我们愿意与南非、与非洲国家一道，谱写中南、中非关系新的篇章。
The 15th anniversary of South Africa-China diplomatic relations is a very important milestone, and this gives us an opportunity to evaluate what has been achieved in this relationship, and to also to look at ways to further strengthen, deepen and enrich this relationship.
Many factors contributed to the rapid development of the relations between South Africa and China, such as political trust, economic and trade cooperation, political relations and resource cooperation. Thus, we can conclude that the two countries' bilateral strategic partnership is built on common attributes of new developing countries, the shared mission of Asian-African Renaissance, and the creation of a new bilateral friendship. As we commemorate the 15th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between South Africa and China, these two countries commit to working hard and join in the promotion of bilateral comprehensive strategic partnership, making a great contribution to promote the development of Africa and China, and programmatic cooperation of the BRICS countries.